Good evening. Welcome to my new video. Today I am going to introduce you with human physiology, and this is our first chapter of human physiology, that is human reproduction. You can see it is written over here, human reproduction. In this chapter we will know about the method of human reproduction, the organs involved or the system involved in human reproduction. Is there different type of reproductive system in male and female, or it is the same type, etc, etc. So let's start. At first we have to know about the types of reproduction. There are mainly two types of reproduction found in animals. One is asexual mode of reproduction and another one is sexual mode of reproduction. In case of asexual reproduction, only one parent involved. It may be male or may be female. One parent gives rise a new individual. Whereas in sexual reproduction, two parents, that means two sexes, one is male parent, another is female parent, two parents involved, and they together form a new individual. As you know, the term reproduction means again production of an individual. A particular individual produces its own type of individual to restore its genetic combination in this nature. So reproduction is a living process, and all living beings always show reproduction. Reproduction is of two types, sexual and asexual. In case of human, the process is always sexual reproduction, as here male and female parent involved to produce a new baby, at first zygote and then a baby. So it is always called sexual reproduction of human being. Now we are going to see two different type of reproductive system. One is male and another one is female. Let's start with male. You can see here I have already drawn human male reproductive system. This diagram is very important for board exam. Now you can see the diagram is drawn here. The labeling, the proper labeling is done here, and the most important thing is figure out which figure you have drawn. The introduction is given here. It is human male reproductive system. So it is the complete representation of the diagram. Let's start. In human, there is two type of reproductive organs. Because it is a system, so it is made up of different organ. One is primary organ and second one is secondary organ. Primary organ is always testis. In male, the primary reproductive organ is testis. In plural, we can say it is testes, T-E-S, testes. Singular testis, it is the sperm producing organ, it is the gamete producing organ. So it is termed as male gonad. From testis, a coiled tube, you can see here, a coiled tube emerged. Term is epididymis. Now epididymis starts with a long thin tube. It is known as vas deferens, written here. Now this green color part is human urinary system. Okay, this is urinary bladder, and these two pipes are ureter. Ureter brings urine from kidney to this bladder, and after that the urine is ejaculated, the urine is released from body via this pipe. It is called urethra. So green color part is separately drawn here. It is the excretory system or urinary system. In case of male, the urinary system and the genital system is merged. You can see here urinary system and genital system merged, and the flow of urine and the flow of sperm follows the same pathway. That's why it is whole totally termed as urinogenital system. Okay, this blood, you can see the red colored parts, these are the accessory glands of reproduction, human reproduction. These glands, namely the first pair is called seminal vesicle. I am labeling here. Seminal vesicle. This single gland is prostate gland. Prostate, and the last pair is Cowper's gland, or better termed as bulbourethral gland. These three glands are involved in human reproduction, and that's why they are called accessory glands. The main gland involved here is seminal vesicle, which provide seminal fluid, that means commonly termed as semen. Prostate is the largest gland and it is the single gland. You can see here this seminal vesicle and bulbourethral, these two are paired gland, whereas prostate itself is a single gland, but it is the largest gland. It ports some substances. I am saying their functions separately. Prostate gland, and the last one is bulbourethral gland. So when sperm is produced inside testis. After that, the sperms get released from testis. They store in this coiled pathway in epididymis. After storing here for a few weeks, from 6 to 7, even 10 weeks, they get matured, and now they start their journey via this vas deferens, and ultimately they reach up to this portion. Whenever sperms reach here, then this seminal vesicle pour its fluid on the sperm, onto the sperms, and they get glued together. They get their seminal fluid, which is nutrition rich, nutrition like fructose. Okay, fructose is their food which give them energy. Fructose and some other type of fluid. So sperms get seminal fluid from seminal vesicle, and after that sperm cross this portion. Here they get the fluid from prostate gland. After that they reach here and they get the secretion from bulbourethral gland. These three kinds of fluid ultimately nourish the sperms, okay, and sperms get mature. Now this duct is not only urethra. This duct after urethra, this much portion is urethra, and after urethra this long portion is better known as ejaculatory duct, because it helps in ejaculation of sperm also, sperm and urine both, but separately. So now the sperm along with the fluids of these three glands get released from this pathway, by this pathway. This is known as ejaculatory duct, and the sperm, now termed as semen, as it get seminal fluid, and this is the external gene. Now I am going to draw the male gamete sperm. See, it is the sperm nucleus. Okay, this is the acrosome. This is the plasma membrane which surrounds the acrosome and nucleus both. This much portion is called head, and this is the body of sperm. Between head and body there is a small constriction. It is known as neck. Head, neck, body, and this one is tail. Inside the body there is mitochondria. We know mitochondria means energy, ATP. So this mitochondria produce ATP, numerous number of ATP for the movement, for the swimming of sperm. And this is the tail, the flagellated tail, which help in the lashing movement in sperm. The very much important part is the sperm acrosome. This sperm acrosome is having a very essential enzyme known as hyaluronidase enzyme. This hyaluronidase enzyme I am writing over here, hyaluronidase enzyme. This enzyme is very important in fertilization. During fertilization of sperm and egg, this hyaluronidase enzyme is poured onto egg, which help in the destruction of the barriers in egg to reach the sperm nucleus up to the egg nucleus. So we will discuss about this enzyme in later class. Now this is the entire structure of human sperm. Okay. Now again figure out, it is a sperm cell. As you people know that each cell has its own mitochondria, own nucleus, plasma membrane, etc., etc. So it is a single cell, okay, sperm cell. It has its own nucleus, mitochondria, plasma membrane, everything. And as it is animal cell, so it has its characteristic centrioles also. So where is this centriole? These two centrioles are present here. Okay, these two centrioles of animal cell are present here. We have seen the human male reproductive system. Now we are going to start female reproductive system. It is equally important. So let's draw the structure at first. In case of human female, the primary sex organ or the primary reproductive organ is ovary. Like in male it is testis, in female it is ovary. Ovary, testis, both are gonad, gamete producing organ, and they both show the same or the similar type of shape, that is oval shape. See? Oval shape ovary. From the ovary, you can see here, it is the entire reproductive system, female reproductive system. These two are the principal reproductive organ, ovary, and both are together termed as ovaries. And this is the pear-shaped structure. This is uterus, okay, and this tube-like structure is known as fallopian tube or oviduct. This narrow portion is known as cervix, and below cervix this portion is vagina. Vagina is not the external genitalia. Vagina is the portion below the cervix, okay. Cervix and vagina, they both form the birth canal, okay. We will discuss it about it later. Now in this structure you can see the ovaries are not attached with this fallopian tube or oviduct, either oviduct or the uterus, okay. It is free. No, it is not free. There are several ligaments and several tissues which connect it with abdominal cavity, with pelvic cavity, okay. So it is not free floating. This is ovarian ligament that attach the ovary with uterus, and there are several skin folds or several other kinds of ligament which attach the ovary with in our pelvic cavity. Now this is the gamete producing organ or gonad. So egg is produced inside ovary. After production, the egg, they get released from the ovary. Okay. So uterus is another very important organ which holds the baby for a long time inside here, and it later forms the womb. Okay. Now this uterus has a very thick wall. Okay. This outer wall is called perimetrium. This outer wall is called perimetrium. Below the perimetrium, there is a thick muscular layer, and this is known as myometrium. Myo means muscle. Inside myometrium, it is vascularized layer of uterus. It is called endometrium. It is called endometrium. Perimetrium and myometriums retain same for throughout the life, but this endometrium sheds periodically. We will see it during menstrual cycle. Now this is the entire structure of human reproductive system, which involves several organs like ovary, oviduct or fallopian tube, uterus, cervix and vagina. Figure is female reproductive system. Whenever egg is produced inside the ovary, then the egg get released from the ovary, and this fallopian tube by its finger-like projections, these are called fimbriae, by its finger-like projection, it sucks the egg inside it, and egg start traveling through the fallopian tube. In this much portion, you will know this much portion is known as ampulla. Okay, in a further class you will know it. This fallopian tube is divided into three portions. The first funnel-like part is called infundibulum. This portion is called ampulla, and the last long portion is called isthmus. So in this ampulla portion, whenever the egg get reached in the ampulla portion, then several number of sperms, maybe million number of sperms get entered through the vaginal tract, and they try to fertilize with this, they try to fuse with this egg, and egg is residing here and sperm get reached here, and they both get fused with one another, and fertilization takes place in this particular portion, this ampulla region. Now this region, in this region the zygote is formed after fusion of male and female gamete. The zygote, the resultant cell is zygote. The zygote is formed, and the zygote start traveling for implantation. It finds the proper place, it finds the thickest bed for implantation, then it get implanted in the wall of uterus, maybe here or here. Okay, so the endometrium gets, as we have drawn the structure of a sperm, similarly here we have drawn the structure of an egg. Sperm is very small in structure, but egg is comparatively egg is very larger, and it is round shaped. It is a single cell. Sperm is a single cell. Egg also is a single cell having its nucleus. You can see here. It is the egg nucleus. It is the egg cell membrane. This one is egg cell membrane. As egg is better known as ovum, so this cell membrane is known as oolemma. Like plasma lemma, it is oolemma. It is egg nucleus, and this red color line is a covering membrane. It is known as zona pellucida. So it is the entire structure of human egg cell. So today we have learned about human reproductive system. Not the entire system we have learned, but a very important portion we have finished today, that is male reproductive system structure and the structure of female reproductive system along with the structure of their gametes, etc. In next class, in next video, I will share the process of reproduction, the sexual reproduction process, and the process of fertilization, gestation period, etc., etc. So you can ask any question and do like, share my channel, and please subscribe. Bye bye.